Protecting performance. What do you think? Where does your brain go? I'd love to know. Please feel free to pop a note in the comments below and let me know. Because protecting performance is one of those things that sometimes we can think about after the issue, after whatever may or may not have happened, whether that's someone that has found that pressure has got too much. Someone may have even put the hand up and gone, struggling a bit here." Or it may be that actually performance has been noticed in some sort of review somewhere, noticing the fact that the work isn't up to scratch. They aren't producing as much. It's not as good as it used to be. Or it is a good level. It just takes much, much longer to get there, or much longer for those brilliant ideas to come through. So, protecting performance. For me, this is about noticing things earlier. It's about noticing what may or may not be happening in the room before protecting performance is even relevant. Because when we see or feel or sense within our teams that something isn't quite right, within our colleagues, within our employees, that something just doesn't feel the way it used to. It might be that it feels a bit heavier. It might be again that you notice things, they're not they're not there, if that makes sense. You can tell the cogs are turning, and those cogs seem to be sort of turning that little bit slower. Maybe even the cogs aren't actually connecting in like they once upon a time used to. Because these are the signs that if you're aware of, or should I rephrase, when you're aware of, you can actually take action and do something about it. And you can protect performance before it has actually been detected that there's any sort of issue in any performance at all. Gosh, that actually might not make any sense as I'm seeing it coming out of my mouth. It's, yeah, noticing earlier. It's being able to get in before performance drops so that your best people, so that your amazing team, fantastic colleagues, brilliant employees can remain staying working at a brilliant, consistent level. Now, this isn't about making people work too much. This isn't about expecting everything from them. This is about having a consistent level where people work at and enjoy that. Yes, there will be a level of stress at times, but the human needs that. We are human and we need that little bit of stress to motivate us, to get us where we want to get to. So pressure's good, but it's about being aware that the pressure is sustained, chronic, too long, so that they kind of have their level of working at this sort of a level here, but it begins to slowly decline because the pressure is too much. But imagine you could keep them at that level. Yes, there might be a bit of pressure here and there that comes in, but they can deal with it really, really well. And they know that they know that that pressure is not sustained for too long. Imagine that. Now, now I want you to imagine that level that's there, that they're working at. But that level just slowly as time gets better and better. You get the best out of your people. You get them working at their real optimum. Again, not in a pressured setting, but in a situation that allows them to grow, to perform, to thrive, so that they are actually producing their best work on a consistent level. And I know for many people that might sound a bit undoable, but actually, when you've got your brain working the way that you want it to, it's absolutely doable. And when you're aware that the pressure can sometimes build, and you're aware that that's a time that either A, you take a step back, you pause. It's not about stopping, it's about pausing, taking a moment. It could be a couple of minutes, it could be a day, it could be an hour, it could be having a week off, but you're aware and you're proactively looking after yourself. Or it could be that you notice it in the people around you. Again, I've already mentioned employees, teams, colleagues. Sometimes it's easier to notice in the people around us than it is within ourselves. But that's a moment as well of a bit of reflection. Because if you're noticing it in the people around you, that may be a sign that you need to take a pause and notice what's going on within. Because maybe you too are sort of struggling a little bit like they are. But if you notice it in others, then again, you can do something. Whether that's speaking to a colleague and going, I'm just noticing that you're just not 100%, that something's just not right. Are you carrying anything that's a bit too heavy at the moment, or what's feeling harder than it needs to? You open up a conversation. And it might even be that you recommend that they maybe take a day off, go and book a annual leave day or something. But if you are noticing it within your team, your team, your team that you're leading, then that's very, very important for you to reflect on that. Notice what's happening, notice what's going on, and take action. Take action now, in that moment. Don't leave it till tomorrow. Don't kind of go, oh, well, the work's still being done. Everybody seems okay. Because that is what will lead to that spiral. That performance will consistently begin to drop until it becomes at a level that really does show everybody that there's something going on. So, when you notice that, pause, reflect within. What's feeling heavier than it needs? I'll start again. What's feeling heavier than it needs to right now? That takes you within. You can ask that to yourself. You can ask that to your team. You can ask that to your colleagues. It's such a simple question that gives people permission to pause and to slow things down. So, would you like the people around you to be performing at their best? Consistent performance that over time actually grows because you have created a thriving community of amazing people that know each other well, that support each other well, and create a space for work to just flow with ease. People come to work enjoying it. Yes, there may be pressures. Yes, there may be stresses. But when you've got a team around you and everybody is, as the saying goes, singing from the same hymn sheet, that is extremely powerful. If you'd like to know more, if any of this interests you, reach out. Pop something in the comments. Let's create a conversation around noticing earlier rather than around performance has dropped. As I said, reach out. It sounds interesting. Let's have a conversation. Virtual cuppa. Just a conversation. Take care for now.